I've tried to develop over the past sort of maybe 2 to 3 years. I just don't think I was aware of it before. And a growth mindset is where you're continually trying to improve, as cheesy as it is, as a person and in life, I suppose, each and every day. And yeah, I guess that's what it is. So I'm going to go through a couple of quotes that I like, and they relate to, I guess, being in that growth mindset, and I'll explain, I guess, why I like them. So the first one I've got is, the secret to living is giving. So I don't think any feeling in life can be topped by giving somebody else that nice feeling. I mean, it's obviously nice to achieve yourself and have that self-satisfaction, but if you're doing a nice thing for somebody else, there's no better feeling if you get a nice reaction from them, I suppose. Well, in my experience anyway. So what ties into that, I think, as well, is, go down here, is gratitude. So showing gratitude for, I guess, all the little things, I suppose, in your life, because people are quick to jump on the negative, aren't they? There could be 100 positive things going on, but for some reason it's the negative one we focus on. So I think choosing to focus on the positive rather than the negative is probably the better way to look at it, because what is the point? What is the point in lingering on the bad, on the negative? It's just going to make you feel bad, and what's the point? I mean, certainly be angry, be frustrated at times or whatever, but don't let them linger, and go back to being grateful for the smaller things, I suppose, in your life, and that can get you back in that growth mindset of continually growing and improving each day, because you're just going to feel better, aren't you, if you're in that state of mind of being grateful, I believe, anyway. On to the next quote I've got, failure is not a full stop, it's just a comma. I love this one because it's, I guess, just all about continually learning, isn't it? So when people perceive that they fail, you can have a big sulk about it, and it's all about people's reaction to failure, I think. So if you have a perceived failure, it's not I quit. I mean, it's right, let's have a look at it, what can we learn from it, I guess, plan, do a review, and then go again. And that's, I think, the best way to look at it, because it's going to build it resilience, isn't it? I mean, what is the point? I mean, what is the point of just stopping, quitting? There isn't a point in it. It's not going to get you any further where you want in life. And even if you're not going to pursue what you've just perceived you've failed in, just take the experience from it, the learning experience, into the next thing. At least use it in a positive way, and not just sulk about it. Another big thing I interpret from that quote is taking responsibility. I think taking responsibility for your actions, and not because you failed at whatever you think you failed at, it's not anyone else's fault. Even if there was contributing factors towards it, it's your fault ultimately that it hasn't worked out. I mean, what is the point in blaming other people? I mean, maybe they did have something to do with it, but ultimately it's still you. You're the person that it happened to. So once you take full responsibility from it, I think then it becomes a lot easier for you then to process and to deal with and to learn from. And again, as I refer to, is growing again. So again, take full responsibility for whatever it is that's happened to you. Okay, quote number 3 I've got, not about the income, it's about the outcome. So I think if you've got this mindset of looking at the end goal, so whatever it is you're looking to achieve, if you've always got that in mind and you're focusing on that, and that end goal is, I guess, related to good things, I don't know, helping people, whatever it might be, then good things tend to happen along the way. And it's important to have goals, I guess, unless you feel a little bit lost, but because it's always good to strive for something, but you always want to set new goals once you've reached them, because what tends to happen in a growth mindset, and most people who are trying to achieve things, I suppose, is you'll reach your target and then, but what's next? You're not fulfilled. You never be fulfilled, really, I don't think. And it's all about continually setting those new targets, but it's more about enjoying the journey of getting to the target is the important. A lot of people think, once I get to this target, this end goal, I'm going to be happy. Well, I don't think that's the case. I think you should be continually setting targets to grow, and enjoying the actual process of getting there should be the enjoyment part. Yes, absolutely, celebrate and enjoy you achieving your goals, but if you then set your mind to the process part being the enjoyment, then I think the income, I guess, will come with that as well. But again, you should be focused all on the outcome of what you want, and I think that will help you grow. Now to my last quote, I've got FEAR. So that obviously spells fear. What it does is it stands for something. So it stands for false evidence appearing real. So I think this is such an important thing to learn about and sort of understand when you're trying to grow, really. So what it means is, I'm sure there's been lots of people where you've worried about something that never actually happened to you. And people wonder why that is. Well, part of the reason is that it's in our subconscious. So our subconscious mind can't tell the difference between what is real and what's imagined. So if you're sat on your sofa and you imagine someone breaking into your house and attacking you, then your subconscious mind doesn't know that that's not actually happening. They perceive it as being real, so you'll have the same feelings, the same anxieties, as if it was actually happening right then. So when we do worry about something, we feel it as if it's actually happening. So we're actually being tricked into thinking it's happened, when of course it hasn't happened, it's only been imagined. Now, well, anxiety itself is designed as a survival mechanism for us all, really, isn't it? So it's fight or flight. So back in the caveman days, we were designed to sort of notice, I think women were designed for high-pitched noises, weren't they, sort of to notice the sound of crying babies, but we were also designed to have hypersensitive to sounds in case animals will come into attack or other people, etc. So we were wired a certain way to survive. And think about it similar to an animal. So if a deer is being chased by a lion, their anxiety goes up as they notice the attack, they run away, and once they've managed to run away and escape, their anxiety goes. But unfortunately, in humans, we've evolved and we've taken that anxiety out of life, basically, and it now causes problems because the mind now finds things to worry about, and it'll find justifiable reasons in your past to back up why it's going to come true, and that's where it becomes a problem. So once you realise that that's what's happening, it's false evidence appearing real, you tell yourself a story that basically is not real, it doesn't happen. So I think that's really, really important to remember that, and not, because if you do constantly react to this anxiety, this fear, you're going to struggle to grow, aren't you? You're going to struggle to be in that growth mindset because it's going to hold you back. If you're constantly worrying about stuff that's not worth worrying about, or sort of never ever going to happen, or a very small percentage of chance, it's just not worth your time. It's just not worth your headspace. So being able to get that clear, realising that it's false evidence appearing real, your subconscious is just interpreting it differently. You just need to look at it logically, break it down, and again, you're certainly continuing to grow from that.